One of the best ways that authors can promote their books right now is through Amazon Livestream book fairs. Yes, that's an actual thing, and I am the one hosting them. So let's break down how authors can get involved with these, how they can apply, what the benefits are, and how it actually works with the Livestream community that can buy their books directly on the stream without leaving. Let me break this down for you. Now, when it comes to Amazon live streaming, it's really cool because it promotes it directly on Amazon. In fact, if you go to Amazon's website right now, the very first thing on the toolbar is live streams. Amazon is leveraging the power of the Home Shopping Network and QVC and all of these live shopping experiences where people are standing or sitting on camera speaking about products, holding them up, physically showing things, talking about the benefits, and really showing off what it is and why people should buy them. Amazon is actively promoting this because it is getting them sales. So what happens is a person is accepted into the program. It's very hard to get into, very exclusive, and once you are in and part of this, you have the ability to live stream on Amazon. You can go live whenever, for however long, and you are adding a product or multiple products to that live stream. Now below the live stream, all these products are linked. So as you're discussing them, you can highlight them and it goes directly under or directly next to that live stream so that when people are watching you talk about whatever product it is you're discussing, they can click it and they don't even have to leave the live stream. They can just buy what they need to buy in the correct whatever format. So if somebody is promoting a dress, they can buy it in the right size and color. If somebody's promoting a book, they can decide ebook or paperback. You have the ability to do so much with this, and because I'm a part of it, I've actually been leveraging this to talk about technology and lifestyle and makeup and beauty and like all the good things, and I'm leveraging weekly book fairs, which is where I have multiple authors come on and pitch their books to my readers. And they are all bringing in their own collective groups, but not just our own audiences, because Amazon is actively promoting us and showing us to people outside of our reach. So we're getting lots of people coming in and listening to authors pitch their books. Now, nobody is better at pitching books than the author themselves, and so they get to tell us all about the story, who it's a perfect fit for, what we're gonna love about it. We get to go on a tour of the book. We get to learn so much about this story in short little segments. So each author gets about 5 minutes, they get to chat about it, and then they get to come back up and chat again throughout the course of the conversation. So people can join us and get these pitches. They can write in and ask questions, they can have conversations with us, and they can buy the books if it's going to be the perfect fit for them without ever leaving the stream. So this is really, really cool because it gets everybody sales if they're pitching their books well. And because we're building it up with surprise authors every week, people are joining us again and again and again to see who shows up and meet the books they haven't met yet that might just be their next favorite read. So this has been incredibly good, and we're just jumping into all of the goodness with these live stream book fairs. But let's talk about how you can apply if you are an author or if you're a publisher who wants to get your author on to discuss your books, because the goal with this is not only to get us to the main page of Amazon and get top placement, but to replace the need for begging and pleading different companies like BookBub to allow us to pay extreme amounts of money to market our books on their platforms if they eventually decide we're worthy of it. So we are here to make money for all the authors and to introduce readers to authors they might never have met otherwise. Let's talk about how you can participate. Now, applying to join us for one of the weekly episodes is actually incredibly easy. I've got a link down below in the caption that takes you to the website so that you can get the full details on qualifications, what you need to send me, all the details you need to know in that link below. But let's just chat about it for a second. We do require you to be a professionally published author. That can be traditional or indie. You do have to have professional editing, professional cover, professional formatting. So if we look at your cover and it looks too homemade, sorry, but we have to make sure that we have a certain quality standard. So our team does a little investigation to make sure that everything looks good. Now, we're not reading your books, we're not going through things, but we're just making sure that your presentation looks professional. If you look like you did it yourself, not gonna go well for you. But other than that, it's incredibly easy for you to become a part of this. Now, this does open for all genres, so it means you do not have to just be in the YA space, which is where I usually work. So if you have a steamy adult read, or if you've got a thriller, or if you've got a middle grades book, or you've got a YA book that is outside of my usual genres, that's okay. You're all welcome here. We are going to mix up what we've got every single week so people never know who's going to be joining us. It's always a really good surprise. And that's how we get people to come hang out with us even more, just to see what wonderful, glamorous, amazing authors are going to show up for this event. And so getting involved is very easy. All you have to do is send me your information, so I'm looking at like your contact information, what your book is about, why you're going to be a good fit for this, if you're comfortable speaking on camera, all of these things, and then we ask for your Amazon link. You do have to have an ebook and a physical book. It could be hardcover or it could be a paperback, but you have to have both options for those, and it has to be on Amazon. So even if it's wide, that's okay. It can be other places too, but it has to have an Amazon link for this. You just need to send me that information. Again, all of this is on the website that I've got linked down below for you, and then we're just going to take a look as a team over your application, and we're going to contact you about which date we would like to have you on, which is again something you're going to let us know when you email us to make it so easy for us to say yes and get you booked in immediately so you can profit from hanging out. Now, there's one more cool thing I didn't tell you about these Amazon live streams, and that's that a lot of times these get linked directly to your book pages. So once you're done with it, it's very likely, not every time, but very likely that it's going to be linked to your page so that it lives there. People can actually, when they go to your page to look at your book, see this live stream, see you pitch it. It is going to be something that you have forever on your page to promote your book, something that you don't have access to, but I can give you access to. Speaking of which, if you want other things on your page, check out that link, because I got something extra for you over there that's also revolutionary in marketing your book on Amazon that you can't do, but I can offer to you. Check out that link. Now for these live streams, my guests and I always meet 20 minutes before we go on air for mic check. We always chat through what we are going to be doing, so we have an order to who is speaking when. We make sure we know what everyone's going to be discussing. We go over any key elements, how to contact me if you're not on screen, how to tell me things if you need to tell me things that the audience doesn't need to know, and I talk you through how and when we're going live, all the good details that you need to know to progress forward with this live stream so that you never have to worry about what's going to happen, what's coming, and what to do if something else happens. So we have our mic check and then we go on air. Now we start off with everybody off camera except for me. I introduce the book fair and then I bring up our first person. We go through several rounds depending on time of our authors being able to pitch their book. We go through different segments where we take tours of books and we talk about who it would be good fit for, all the things that could market your book really, really well. And we rotate our authors in and out in about 5 to 10 minute segments depending on the conversation and how it's going. So I do ask my authors to come fully prepared to pitch their books without reading anything off so that people can really understand what the story is about. So you have to understand your book enough to talk about it for a couple of minutes, but I ask some questions too. I lead the conversation and we really discuss what people need to know about your story so that they can decide if it's going to be a good fit or not a good fit. And then when we are on air, we just rotate, you go on and off camera. I can see you the entire time, but the audience can only see you when you're up on stage. And we talk about these different books. We answer fan questions, we interact with people, and after that hour, we wrap it up. Once we get off air, we will have a debrief, we'll discuss what's going on, how to market it in the post-production, how everything's going to work, and how you can be leveraging this because this is not one time for you. This is not one and done. You have done this live stream, now you can use it to your benefit again and again and again and again. There's some really cool things that we can do. So we discuss that after we go off air, and then we go off to market on our own. Now everybody is responsible for bringing in their own fans to this live stream so that we can build it up and get everybody else's audience. Remember, you're not going to know the other authors for the most part, so they're bringing their audience to meet you, and you're bringing your audience to meet them. We're kind of cross-promoting here, and we're supporting each other, and we are hanging out on air. Again, this is all face-to-face, and we do things behind the scenes so that you're ready to go when we go live on air, and then we stream directly to Amazon. And the best part is that your books are directly linked to the live streams, even in the replay. So while you're doing your discussion, I have the ability to change which book is featured. And as long as everything goes according to plan and there's no tech issues, your book will be front and center. Even if it's not though, it's only in a list of a couple of books. People can easily scroll through it, it's always attached. And so while people are watching us on air, if they like what you're pitching, if they like what you're saying, remember, you're responsible for your sales. You're pitching your book here. So if you do a good job of it, you are going to make sales. And so they just have to click a button and decide if they're going with the physical copy or the ebook copy, and they can make that decision while we're on air without leaving the stream. They can get it right then and there, simple click. And so we link it to that live stream, and it's forever linked to the live stream. And as long as the tech things go correctly, and that's totally up to Amazon, they usually link it over to the book pages as well. Especially as we level up, they want us to be promoting it more and more, so they make sure they kick that out on your pages to level up, so that you can make money off of your books through the live streams that you're doing and through the live streams that I'm creating through our book fair. So it's really, really easy to make sales while you're on air, because you're literally pitching your book and it's right there for them to one click and they're done. All of our authors aren't required to bring their audience members to the live stream. Remember, we are here to support each other. So they're bringing their audience for you and you're bringing your audience for them. So it's incredibly important to market the direct link and the marketing graphics before we go on air. But here's the thing. We don't talk about the other people on your episode. That's kind of top secret. So you're allowed the privilege, the fancy privilege, of telling people you're going to be a guest on this upcoming episode of Book Fair Livestream. And we are going to be able to give you graphics and direct links, and you can talk it up. Send it in your newsletter, put it on all your socials, be very vocal about it, let your other author friends know, post about it in your author groups, bring in people and other authors, and we're going to be able to build this up. Now, other people are going to find out who's joining us on air when they join us live. They're going to see who the other authors are. And savvy readers will be able to figure out who's going to be on the episode if they're following all of these authors, because we're all going to be talking about it. But most people will not know until they show up and meet our surprise authors. So we're kind of building up the anticipation and suspense beforehand. After, we do have the direct link. You can send them to the Amazon page directly to the video. They can check it out. It's going to be linked up to your books in most cases. Again, I don't control that. That's an Amazon thing, and we know how that works. So hopefully, fingers crossed, everything goes well and it's linked up to your page. But we have the ability to kick it out again and again and again. You can embed it on your website, put it out in your newsletter, shout it out on your social. Every month you can shout it out on your social if you want. You have the ability to use this over and over and over again and leverage this in many different ways. So get creative with how you do this, and let's see how many sales we can make, because even after the fact those books are linked, you can be making money off of this for years to come if you market it properly. And I do help you with this. I give you a lot of resources and ideas and strategies and marketing graphics and links and all of the things, but you can get creative with this as well so that you can make tons of sales off of this one appearance. Now, we talked a lot about what happens, how this all works, your part in it, and we've talked a lot about what I do as well. But just in case you need a recap, let me show you a little bit of what I do for you. As the host, I am both hosting and producing the show. That means I am running all the buttons, hitting all of the buttons for the questions, I'm monitoring everything. I am starting and stopping, I am changing the screens, I am doing the overlays and the backgrounds, and I am guiding the conversation so that you can make sales through your pitches. I am getting all of our guests together, I'm doing all of the marketing, all of the branding, we are doing a ton of the organization, and so this is me doing about 7 different jobs to actively make this live stream production go off without any issues. And so I am putting a ton of time and effort into this, into curating who is going to be joining us, making sure all of the books are going to be a good fit with each other, and making sure that we have really good conversation and marketing with each and every episode. So I'm incredibly busy when it comes to this, and I'm also making sure that we are in communication when our week is coming up so that we know what's coming and you are totally comfortable and aware of what's going on next. I get you prepared for this, and then I help you on the back end with your marketing for this as well. So there's a lot that goes into this that you're never going to see as one of my guest authors, but please be aware it takes all of my time. And so I am working very, very hard to help you grow as well. I do market one of my books during the live stream so that I get some recognition as well while we're on air, and we just rotate through the authors as we go so that everybody has the ability to promote their books. So I'm bringing my audience, you're bringing your audience, and together we're working together to create a live stream book fair that people can meet surprise authors every single week and replace things like BookBub. Sounds pretty good, right? If you're an author or a publisher who wants to join me for an episode, get down in my caption. I have the website linked for you there. You can fill out the information, email me, and we can get you scheduled for your episode so that you can grow your book platform directly on Amazon, which we know is the platform that everybody looks at for success and for whether or not you're going to be able to get ads on other platforms as well. So you want to make sure you are actively growing Amazon. Remember, I do have that bonus thing on Amazon for you on that website. That's really, really helpful, so make sure you check that out as well, in addition to doing our live stream book fairs. If you've got questions on this, go ahead and let me know down below, and if you're a reader who has loved this behind the scenes, please tell me which authors you want to see on our live stream book fair. I got some things coming up, and I don't think you're going to want to miss them, but let me know who you want to see, because I might just have some pull in this industry. I might be able to get some of your faves. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next episode.